everybody, it's Lindsay here from Maple Street Guitars, and I'm very happy to be sitting here with Alan Williams, who is a local guitar builder from the Lawrenceville area, Gainesville area rather. And Alan's guitars have popped up in our store over the last few years, and there's really some outstanding and beautiful instruments. We really enjoy what I think is his signature sound, this earthy and rich and robust low end, a very powerful and resonant quality in his guitars. And we just wanted to take a minute to sit down with Alan and discuss a few of these instruments. He's brought several to show off and get his take on it all. So Alan just brought this guitar to us, which is a stunning Jubilee Artisan, so it's got some fancier appointments, built with cocobolo rosewood and a Sitka spruce top. Alan, what can you tell us about the Jubilee? What's the inspiration behind this body shape?
Well, the body style is some would call it a small jumbo, mini jumbo. Mm-hmm. And the idea, or my interest in that style was to have the big sound, the big air mass, the large plate moving, but at the same time bring in some note definition with the narrow body. And so you've got a large guitar, large sound, but you still got some good note separation.
Yeah, I think they're really versatile. Yeah, one of my favorites. So one of the most impressive guitars out of the lot that Alan brought today is this little Minstrel, which is made of a beautiful Sitka spruce, a lot of silking and cross grain in this, and a more unusual wood that's become popular lately, which is known as wenge. Previously I hadn't played one of these guitars, but this really took me by storm. I like this guitar quite a bit. Alan, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your theory and what this is based on.
Yeah, the small body size, for me it's about comfort and playability without sacrificing the voicing, the general tone characteristics that I strive for in all the guitars, regardless of the body size. Mm-hmm. And I find this guitar very comfortable and almost more of an intimate experience in playing it, and but not sacrificing the things that I look for in the larger body size.
Yeah, I definitely felt the same. I mean, I think the guitar is very expressive, and yet retained a lot of the beautiful bloom and presence that your guitars have. The Psalmist model, which I'm holding here, is really one of Alan's mainstays. I think this is, as well I know, probably one of his most popular guitars, but one kind of close to my heart. I think it's very OM-ish. But this particular guitar has some stunning Honduran rosewood back and sides, that sapwood, always fun to see, and then a redwood top. So overall, I think those two materials give the guitar a beautiful mixture of color and directness, but a lot of complexity. What more can you tell us about the Psalmist?
You said it well. The body size for me is, and what I hear most from people is that it's very versatile. Mm-hmm. Whether you're fingerstyle or if you're flat picking, it's just a good versatile size. Mm-hmm. And again, what I hear from players is that they hear the same broad response, the tone response, a good strong low end, and in the Psalmist as they do in the Jubilee.
So the last guitar we're looking at today is the Jericho, which is somewhat of a modern dreadnought. This particular guitar has a Carpathian spruce top, which is a top that comes from the Urals in Eastern Europe. The back and sides are really beautiful, highly figured Madagascar rosewood. And this guitar is really quite powerful, with wonderful overall presence, but still well defined. So it's a great strummer, but also works well for fingerstyle. If I heard correctly, this is one of Alan's later introductions to his line.
That's right.
So
Yeah, after developing the other sizes, and liking the old pre-war slope shoulder dreadnoughts, just wanted to do my take on that, and so it's the Jericho.
Cool. So, Alan, I only met you about 6 years ago, but what is your background in guitar building? How did you get started with building guitars?
It's coming at it from being pursuing music as a kid, and also pursuing just other forms of woodworking and building furniture, and just being interested in graphic arts. All those things eventually came together, and originally younger, just repairing my own instruments. Not knowing what I was doing, but learning as I went.
It seems to me a lot of builders I talk to get their start building and repairing, and they discover what makes these things tick. So.
Yeah, and that's the advantage to. I think today you have a lot of folks that are getting into it because of, the information is just so readily available these days, and the materials and the tools. It's easy to get into the building side without necessarily having a repair experience. And I think the more you know about how the instrument works, you can forego some of the, the weaknesses in structure or so forth.
Growing pains.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
What was the first design that kind of entered your line that was the successful one? You knew you had hit it.
The first was the Jubilee.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, which is sort of a small jumbo, you might say. And that was the first one, and then the next one was the Psalmist, which was just really a curiosity. So, what happens if I do this? It kind of because in building the Jubilee and sort of stumbling on some things that seemed to work, and then finding some consistency there. As I built several more and getting that consistent, response, and then saying, what happens if I go with a smaller body style? What changes do I need to do, and yet still maintain this voice or this volume or so forth?
And how many guitars are you building a year now, would you say?
I build only a few guitars a year. On a busy year, I may build 10 guitars.
Yeah, so that's quite true of a lot of independent builders. They tend to build only what they can handle and what the demand is. So there really aren't a lot of Barukes out there.
Right.
Well, and what's the kind of starting price range of your guitars?
They're going to start at right at $3,000, $3,500, and of course they'll go up from there depending on wood upgrades and so forth. The sky's the limit in terms of customizing, adding inlays. Just the aesthetic treatment. We do all of our inlay work and everything.
Well, we've been very fortunate to have some of your guitars here, and again, you've just delivered this beautiful one to us. I think we're about the only place you can get one apart from Alan, but if you have questions about his guitars, please feel free to give us a call here at Maple Street Guitars, or contact Alan directly. I hear he's got a new website launching soon.
That's right.
And he'll be happy to deal with you directly or guide you to us if we have what you're looking for.